So, Azerbaijan 2022. I guess the story of the of Sunday was Ferrari shooting themselves in the foot again. We had Carlos Sainz with a brake failure and Charles Leclerc with an engine failure, meaning that they came away with 0 points. And I think it's not good for the sport because you really want a few teams, ideally 3 or 4, up there battling for podiums. And I guess a lot of new people probably don't remember the 4 years of Red Bull dominance before the 8 years of Merc dominance. Obviously with patches in there of Red Bull and Ferrari being able to push them. But you know, when that happened, people were booing Vettel because, like it or not, the general public, they like a winner, but only up until a certain point. Especially if that winner is just given better tools than his competitors, and we have seen it, as I say, we've seen it time and time again, and I hope that doesn't happen to Max. But if we end up with another period, 3 or 4 years of dominance, then there is a real possibility that he will be a victim of his own success and the car's success. But yeah, so finishing first was Max, and then second was Checo. We did have the team orders again. That's the 3rd time this season that they have asked Checo to let Max through. I think this is disappointing. I think Max is a better driver than that. I think it's a little bit unfair to Checo, but I know some people consider him a second driver. But, you know, I don't know. I kind of like the competitive nature of just letting them battle, especially as Ferrari were out of the race. I kind of felt like if you're going to let them race, then this would have been the race to do it. You know, George was pretty far behind. Speaking of George, finishing in 3rd, Mr. Consistent, George Russell. Bit of a lonely race for George, and there wasn't a lot to see of him on the TV because he was so far in front of everyone behind him, but he was also sort of 20 seconds behind the people in front of him, i.e. Sergio. So he did very well, but we didn't get to see a lot of him. And finishing behind him was Lewis in 4th. Lewis actually did pretty well, got driver of the day. I think there were other people that could have been driver of the day. He won it with quite a low percentage, but, you know, he did pretty well, so good for him. A lot of good overtakes towards the end of the race. And finishing in 5th is Mr. Azerbaijan, Pierre Gasly in the AlphaTauri. Very impressive, I have to say. You know, real good comeback for Pierre. He's had a tough sort of start to the season. Well, it's been sort of patchy, but of late it's been tough. So good to see him in 5th place. And in 6th, could have been 4th if he hadn't come off the track. In 6th, Sebastian Vettel in the Aston Martin Mercedes. Great race by Seb. You know, however they have made their car, however they've done that, whatever, I don't care. Seb's up there, and this makes me happy because a happy Seb is a happy world, and that's just a fact. And then we have the 2 McLarens. Now, they also had a sort of issue with team orders. Lando seemed to have the pace on Daniel, and he was sort of suggesting, could he have a go on Fernando if Daniel would let him through? And they sort of went back and forth for several laps, and then, you know, by the time anyone actually bothered to make a decision, it was about 3 laps before the end, and they just said, no, just stay where you are, we'd rather keep the points. I can understand that. So, yeah, I don't know. It's team orders are just one of those things, aren't they? They're yeah. Anyway, moving on. So that leaves us the driver standings after Azerbaijan, and obviously we've got Canada next. We have Max in P1 in 1st with 150 points. In 2nd, we have Checo with 129 points. In 3rd, we have Charles Leclerc with 116 points. 4th, George Russell with 99 points. 5th, Carlos Sainz with 83 points. 6th, Hamilton, 62. Norris, 7th with 50. 8th, Valtteri Bottas with 40. 9th, Ocon with 31. 10th, Gasly with 60. So there you go. Let us know what you think. What do you think about team orders? Do you think this would have been a good race to let Checo and Max just have a little battle? What do you think about the McLaren team orders? What do you think about Seb finishing 6th? If you like what we do, leave a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. We have lots of shorts and some longer form stuff as well. And until the next time.